It was in 2005 when you started your journey with MS. I'd really like to get your thoughts, your feelings around the impact that that had on you and your leadership because you're such a successful CEO. I'd love to know more about your journey and your journey around leadership.
I started in a warehouse in Calgary. It was a summer job that kind of never ended. And I was grateful for the fact that I had some really good mentors along the way, guys that just opened doors and saw something in me way before I probably saw it in myself. And so by the time I got MS, which was in 2005, I was definitely on a fast track. So I was in a sales career, had success there. It transitioned me to California. I actually moved down there with my wife, and I was down there, and the world was kind of your oyster at that point in time. I was starting a very successful career, and then in 2005, only 10 years into my journey with the company, I was diagnosed with MS. And so, you're in your early 30s. My wife was 6 months pregnant at the time when it happened. You don't get to pick the time. Sometimes the time picks you. And so I was at this kind of intersection very, very quickly, which was, do I sit around and feel sorry for myself, or do I do something with it? And in fact, we had a vice president of HR at the time. He came down to California and he met with me and he said, look, if you're interested in moving back to Canada, which is where I was from, we're here to help you. I said, I'm not ready for that. You get this diagnosis and you have a decision to make. And my decision was to have a really different mindset. And it was remarkable what kind of happened. There was this sense of focus, this sense of urgency. I was much more deliberate, and I think I was doing things with a lot more purpose. And I realized that the people around me were responding positively to that. And that really transitioned into a lot of opportunities. I went through 4 different promotions in a very quick succession, all while having this diagnosis. I was just really fortunate that the mindset was there for me to allow to proceed in a more positive way.